All right. This is a very exciting day. We have a new look, we have a new week, and we have a prior week to talk about all the crazy things that are happening in the internet. So it's this week's edition of the Tweet Cab. Ryan Page is with me on this one. Ryan, what is up?
Not much, Matt. Not much. Excited for again, new week, new look, new tweet cap. You said it all. Hopefully, we got some new people listening. Talk to us at T Tweet Cap. Let us know what we should be talking about next week.
You know it, man. You know it. But first thing I want to talk about, and I'll make this very quick. I just want to say the New York Yankees, and listen, I know I do baseball shows and we have sports podcasts where we fit all our sports stories in. But I just want to talk about after the Yankees lost their 8th straight game on Sunday, and after this team clearly had the high expectations they were supposed to have and just fell to rock bottom, bringing down their brand, their fan base, and their team. I just want you to look at yourself, all your players. My best friend, I hope to have one day, in Aaron Judge, to the manager, Aaron Boone, to Brian Cashman, the GM, and Hal Steinbrenner, that whole from Garrett Cole to Carlos Rendon down the line. I just want to say, you let us down. Every single one of you, the 2023 Yankees, have let us down. You are 4 games under 500 in late August. You're a laughing stock of the league, and you deserve it. There is about 6 weeks to go. You're not going to be in October baseball, and that's on you. While your rivals, the rival teams who have beaten you time and time again, Houston's got to prosper. Maybe Tampa slips in after they deal with all the you-know-what BS.
Yeah.
You have even the Mets, who admitted they give it up on the season, who keep winning games.
Let's go, Mets.
You have let us down, New York Yankees. You have let us down. I have never been more ashamed of being a Yankee fan than this particular season. I'll always be a Yankee fan. I'll always root for this team to win, but something major has to change. And no, it is not the manager who's probably going to get fired at the end of the year. He's not the one to bring these players in to embarrass themselves. It's the front office and its ownership. Sink that in and make some big changes. That's all I have to say about the Yankees. Is there anything you want to add, Ryan, as a Met fan?
Let's go, Mets.
Sometimes it's that simple, right?
Yes. And also it's football season. So I'm in football mode.
Exactly. So next to football, I want to talk about a basketball story really quick, and then we will get into our usual tweet cap shenanigans. But the NBA had a former employer really let out his frustrations, like mine against the Yankees, but this is him against his former employer. So there's a guy named Dino, right? I guess he allegedly left his job at
Dean,
the NBA.
to be clear, Dean.
Dean, right?
We're calling him Dino collectively. Friend of the podcast, Dino Johannes, and I forget how to say his last name.
Exactly. But anyways, yes, this story somewhat hits home to the podcast because a good friend of the show and collaborator Alex Young actually happens to know the person who went into the NBA's Facebook page and wrote this message. And let's read it verbatim. He wrote, "How do I log out of this?" And he wrote this on Monday morning. "Haven't worked here in weeks. Anyway, the NBA overextends its social media employees greatly to the detriment of their health and social lives for the salary of less than $50,000 a year after taxes. I worked 14-hour shifts without breaks at times. Shout out to Adam Silver. We don't get health insurance until 90 days on the job. That's silly, isn't it? Glad I resigned. No need for a job to get in the way of your happiness. Donate to mental health causes." And he goes the peace emoji. So, wasn't that bold, I guess? Talking about airing of the grievances.
Yeah. You say this is not a tweet cap story. This feels a lot like a tweet cap story.
Oh, you're
This
right.
is
You're
someone
right.
screaming into the internet about about their job. This feels like very tweet cap. This feels very little. This is very little to do with basketball. This is a
Yeah, right.
disgruntled. These are disgruntled Twitter fingers. That's all this is.
What a what a mess. What a mess,
Big
Ryan. And
mess.
I mean, let's be fair. This guy had let's say this guy had a point. He really did.
Oh, absolutely.
And use any way to get that point across, especially on social media. In fact, we've seen this work. We've seen people go on TikTok and we've seen people go on live to expose something, and it worked. And we've also seen people who have made a big mistake in the world and go online to save themselves, aka Tiffany Gomas,
Yeah, we'll cover her
who
next
who
time, I think.
who the internet still is in love, and we just want to say that she wrote another sport message that was
Yeah.
inspiring.
The tweet cap is going to become the official podcast for Tiffany Gomas News. I think is probably what's
Tiffany
going to happen.
Gomas recap,
Yeah,
the
that's
wrap
where
up show.
now that we have to change the name because Twitter changed its name. That's just what we're going to change our name to, the Tiffany Gomas cap.
Oh
Um,
man.
but
But
no, I will say this. So obviously, you can't like actually just log in to your ex employer's social accounts and post whatever you want. I have run a branded account before. You are supposed to either change the password on your way out, or you can't because then you know it. But let the next person change the password on the way out. Although I will say that that's, in fairness, on the NBA. You are a massive organization. Social media is, frankly, your bread and butter more so than any major American sports league, my opinion, based on the limited knowledge I have of how they interact with folks on social and how they're portrayed on social. Like, you should be better at this as a whole to know that you're supposed to change your password when you fire somebody or somebody quits or whatever. As the fact that you're not is probably indicative that Dino should have been paid more because he's the one
yeah.
who probably knew to change the password when somebody left. Um, no, my biggest problem with this is well, one, the insurance thing. Actually, crazy. We talked about this offline, but I kept talking about sick days, which is not uncommon to not have sick days right away.
Right.
But health insurance, I mean, obviously you have to sign up for it. It'll take some time to come in, but 90 days before you can even apply for health insurance, that is actually kind of long, in my opinion. But more importantly, me and Matt have both applied to work at professional sporting leagues. I know that for a fact, and I bet you a bunch of people who listen to the sports stuff that you do, Matt, have a similar idea. We're both content creators, so we both work on the content side. Social media is part of that bucket, right? And to get those jobs, you need a degree. Like the league requires you to have a degree, which means they're requiring you to take on 50 plus $1,000 in debt realistically to even apply for the job. So to pay you, I mean, put the hours aside because I've worked long hours, you've worked long hours before. Put the hours aside is just a shitty thing that happens when you're an entry level worker. Um, to be paid not enough to make it worth what you're doing is insane. You have to pay. You've already paid. You're 60 in the hole. You can't get paid less than 50. That's the math's not math in there, Matt. And this is the NBA, the only sport bigger than the NBA in America, I believe, or in North America, right? Not North America's, but the United States of America for sure is NFL because that's the biggest. That's the biggest one. It goes
Mm-hmm.
NFL, goes NBA. Like that's factual. That NBA has the second largest, viewership. Probably got the second largest ad revenue. I mean, it's the second largest sporting event in the United States. And you
Right.
don't
It
even
is.
know, and the people in charge clearly don't know what they're doing because they didn't know to change their password. So they clearly are not technologically sound enough to run a social media campaign on their own. You got to pay these people more. And I get it. It's a prestigious brand. And so they'll never have a shortage of young people looking to try and break into the profession, break into content that way, because it gives you a massive brand to put on your portfolio. And I get that. But I would just say to young people, like, do some math. You've already at this point invested so much money into yourself. Why would you instantly take a job that's not going to pay off?
Yeah, and these social media jobs are relatively new, and you
Sure.
could really argue about how much value they produce because social media is arguably the ultimate form of advertising right now and getting your
At this point,
message out there. And it's a skill that is really hard to master, but very important if you can. As a small brand trying to get their name out there and working every day to get viral, it's even more frustrating for something with a brand like the NBA, who was way bigger before social media was even a thing. Heck, even before computer was invented, there was the NBA. But my point is, these social media jobs really should be worth a lot because you get your voice out there, you get your chance to put your product out there and expose it, and mostly for good. And the NBA's had plenty of controversies that they've had to deal with.
Yeah, this not helping with that.
Yeah, if you do need to, get more quality candidates to pay them more, do it, because the social media is so valuable nowadays. You're literally creating influence, and you're creating the most important influence to get somebody's attention right now on all platforms. So for this guy, Dean, power to you. I respect what you did. I really do. I'm sure you know what's next for you on the horizon with your career. But learn what you learned at the NBA. Be confident in what you do. And maybe this whistleblower moment might be noble for you later on. The NBA has not commented on this. In fact, there might be a good chance they don't, honestly. I mean, this was a I've really seen a lot of people talk about this, and I'm during the week especially, I'm aware of what people are talking about on the sports side and news side.
Yeah,
and
you
not
don't
a lot
want
of
to
people really talk
elevate it.
about it.
You don't want to elevate it for NBA. I'm not surprised they're not responding because it's one person. Now, if like 7 people come out and be like, yeah, actually the NBA is a horrible place to work, then they'll have to deal with it. But hopefully someone sees this and calls the NBA out and makes it more than one person. Or if this is all bullshit, then someone can refute him. But that hasn't happened yet either.
Right.
So it's almost like it's all true. But we'll see.
We will see indeed. So, Ryan, there's another story about people who were having unfortunate moments on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about somebody known as the Stranger Things scammer. So, I have a story here from BuzzFeed. A woman claimed that her life was turned upside down after being catfished by a scammer pretending to be Stranger Things star. Please forgive me. It's Dacre Montgomery.
I believe so.
The guy who played Billy.
Yeah, it's Billy. I believe that his name is Dacre. Or like maybe Darcy.
So I definitely respect Stranger Things. I haven't watched it. I mean, I watched the last 2 episodes of his season with somebody I was briefly seeing, and I read it. I read it like a book, but of course I learned you really can't get a show's grasp from that, and I forgot what happened. So, anyways, I don't know who Billy is, but the guy who played Billy allegedly said, "Hey, let me have $10,000," and she gave it to him, and it turned out to be fake. Now,
no way.
Here's the thing for this woman, and that sucks, but you got to use your head. I'm so baffled. Why would this person, this actor, and I know they're on a strike right now, but no actor is going to ask a random person in the public, "Hey, give me $10,000. I need it." That's on you, girl. Like, come on.
So she also left her husband.
Oh.
I don't know if like you read that in the story as well, right?
Yeah. So why don't you inform our audience what's going on right there?
So she left her husband for Internet Billy. And by the way, so just for some context, when the season that Billy was predominantly featured on, I want to say it was season 2 or 3. Well, there's only been 3 seasons, right? They're doing season 4 now.
They're waiting. The season 5. They're waiting for it to
season 5
restart once the strike ends.
I'm pretty sure that
both
it's
strikes.
Season 2, but maybe season 3. It doesn't matter. Billy's got one real big season, and he was like a heartthrob, like Vanity Fair, Vox, like everybody was covering this guy. Like he was, you know what I mean? Like he was known for being incredibly attractive. Like he
Billy.
got a lot of coverage. Billy did. And I'm not saying like that should necessarily mean anything, but if you're a big fan, as we have to assume this woman is, she gave him 10K, so she must have known who he was. And this about Billy, about all, I just think for a second, this guy is a certifiable like stud according to everyone in entertainment, and he is messaging me for money right now. And I'm sure he said a lot of nice things. And, we can talk about like loneliness on a different podcast because I think it is pervasive in men, especially, but also in women. And there's stuff there. But he's never going to be talking to you, period. And it's not just for her. Like, guys, if you're out there and freaking, I don't know, Margot Robbie, we're going to talk a Barbie story later. Margot Robbie hits you up for 10K and calls you a big, sexy stud. It's not Margot Robbie. It's just not. It's someone who needs $10,000 and is like, I have an idea. It feels so obvious on the outside that you just the giving of the money alone is crazy. But the fact that she was willing to upend her entire life for him, like, you got to be down bad to be like, I'm going to leave my family and give you $10,000 and run away with you or whatever. I assume she thought was going to happen. But you just gotta be think, like you said, you gotta think what we talk about, right? With the last story, the math is not math in here. This is one of those. Put the equation together. I'm me. He's him, but he needs me to pay for him. There's no equation to make that make sense. And so, I mean, I do feel bad, obviously, because, that sucks. Like you said, lost 10K, lost the husband. But also, she didn't lose 10K. She gave away $10,000. And she didn't lose a husband. She broke up with a husband. So it's like, I want to feel bad because you could say it the way she says it, of she lost her money and she lost her family. But in reality, she gave both of those things away. Like, really fast. It seems this is not like over the course of a couple of years. This seemed to be a relatively quick interaction, and she was just like, "Nah, all right, throw it all away." Like, this is like that hall pass thing when your significant other. Be careful, guys. If your significant other says what their hall pass is to you, like who they want a hall pass for, you got to check the DMs for that person because apparently it could get out of hand quick.
Listen, I won't say I feel bad, but
I feel bad because you don't want anyone. Again, it sucks. True, but she did do it to herself. She gave this man everything. She got rid of everything.
Like, listen, it is worth studying with this obsessive celebrity culture, and we've seen people literally do the dumbest things, the stupidest things, and the worst things to impress a celebrity. I mean, John Hinckley tried to kill the president for Jodie Foster. Like, come on.
Yeah, that one never made sense to me.
Exactly. He's not supposed to.
You know what? In fairness, at least in this case, the fake celebrity asked for the money. She didn't just send him a check in the mail.
And like I said, Ryan,
John Hinckley just did it.
Right.
Didn't he?
And like I said, Ryan, I sent you that clip of Michael Jackson. Hey, I'm Michael Jackson. I'm not really dead. Can you send me $600? Yeah. And he signs. That's literally that.
That would have sold it on me, the hee because who else says that in their emails?
So Michael Jackson was known to sign off his letters with hee. Unbelievable. Let's talk about more celebrities. Let's talk about celebrity who has been definitely had her fair share of the tweet cap this summer specifically. Yes, Taylor Swift. It's another Taylor Swift story. What's it this time? Taylor Swift goes to a wedding in the Jersey Shore, Long Beach Island. She's there for the wedding of Jack Antonoff and Margaret Qualley, who's an awesome actor, by the way. She's the girl from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Who had the feed Brad Pitt. She's in all the other good stuff like Nanny stuff. Jack Antonoff was the guitarist of Fun. Now he used to date Taylor Swift. Now I may not understand exes going to weddings, but that's for another day. But Taylor Swift attends the wedding. People hear that she's at this restaurant for a rehearsal dinner, and there is legitimate pandemonium. Tens of thousands of people go to this local Jersey Shore restaurant to see her. Now, if that's not influence, I don't know what is. And Ryan, I will say, I have to bring it up. Listen, I know you said that she's not exactly on the iconic level that, say, maybe a Michael Jackson or Elvis, but let's at least say she's on the right track when you have a local Jersey Shore town stop its tracks and go crazy for her. And I will say another compliment for Taylor. She seems to really handle this fame thing well. Like, she really is, at least in America, the most popular person in the world. And, she's not going crazy or off or write social media posts. She's really just goes with the flow. And I guess that's part of her, why she's just so admirable, really. Like, I mean, look what she stopped the whole town.
Okay, this is important because between you and our Swiftie commentator who came on here with all sorts of stuff,
who just had her baby, by the way, Claudia.
Yes,
congratulations
Claudia,
to
congratulations. This is important, though. I want all of you in the comments on TikTok and all of you in the shorts on YouTube to hear me very clearly. Go back and watch. Now, we have, at this point, done what? 4 segments on Taylor Swift?
And a whole podcast?
One of them is a whole podcast in terms of Taylor Swift content that I have been a part of, by the way.
And it's going to keep going. And you're going to see her soon.
I want you to listen. I want you to listen to all of those again after hearing this. And I want you to tell me when I said she was never going to be as big as Elvis or as big as Michael Jackson. I want you to find the clip. I want you to send it to me at @TweetCap on Twitter. That's what I want you to do. And you want to know why I want you to do that? Because you can't do it. I never said he wouldn't be popular as those people. I just said that right now, in the year of our Lord, 2023, she's not there. This is the first year. This is the big year. This is the opening. This is Beatlemania. That's what this year is. The Beatles didn't start at the level that they ended at. They started, and then they ended. Taylor's going to do the same thing. That's how careers work. Not even in music. Everyone starts and ends somewhere different, hopefully. That's how this works. So I want you to find it. If you can find the clip of me saying she'll never be as big as Elvis or never be as big as Michael Jackson, then I want you to send it to me, because I didn't say that. I said she's not currently as iconic as 2 people who literally changed music and performance throughout their career. Michael Jackson wasn't Michael Jackson when he started. Elvis really wasn't Elvis when he started. And there was only like 6 people singing when Elvis started. He had a significant leg up on everybody else because he's so old. Like, I never said any of this. And it's absolutely insane. All right, we just did a TikTok of Matt messing up Taylor Swift lyrics. All right?
And they came at me.
I know all of the lyrics to all of the songs. I promise you, I'm technically a bigger fan than most of the people in the comments. Factually speaking.
Oh, that is gold. That is a gold soundbite right there.
Well, then play it twice. I am factually a bigger fan than most of you in the comments.
You might be seeing her soon. So
yes, I might be seeing her soon if these tickets will ever show up. But that's not the point. My point is, I never said any of these things. I like her music. She's very talented. And obviously, she's got a huge following right now. But
do you think at least she's on the right track?
Yes, of course.
So if there's like
she's sold out the entire world. Sold out everywhere. Of course she's on the right track. I just said that having a big concert doesn't make you Elvis. There's more to it.
She is getting Elvis crowds in the streets.
Yeah, you know how long Elvis did it for? Like, it's an actuarial thing. That's all.
So just 19 more years of this. Sure. She'll probably as long as she wants to do it.
Michael Jackson, another one. He started at what, 7? Of course she's not there. Of course she's not there. He had a 900-year career, and he started as a single digits. Of course she's not there. Yeah, that's what she got to do. Sign off her emails like Michael Jackson. I don't know. I just think it's very important that everyone hears that. And in terms of how she has handled herself, I mean, yeah, consummate professional. That's why people love her, right?
I mean, yeah, like it really is nuts when you get a lot of people running like you go off the deep end, but she seems to embrace it. And whoever gets her next interview, whether it's a podcast or, well, I guess that's really it. But right now,
It's gonna be what's her name?
Alex Weber.
No, the one that we hate.
Oh, Bobby. Oh,
Yeah,
no, don't do it. No, don't.
money over
Um.
everything.
Anyways, for Taylor though, she's rocking and rolling, and man, stopping a whole town. My mom actually goes there with her childhood friends every year, and my mom was like, "Oh, she probably knew and told people to come here." No, they found her. Somebody found out,
I
and
think they found her. Your mom hasn't seen the comment section. These Swifties, they'll find you. This is not a.
now
This
that's
is
weird,
yeah.
huh? How do you find her? This wedding that's was big celebrity that had a lot of celebrities apparently show up to it anyways. I don't know.
They know everything. They got super sleuth powers.
Well, good for them.
They find like Easter eggs and like Taylor wore blue for an entire concert, which indicated the next album she was remaking Taylor's version. Like, oh yeah, it's the whole thing. It's the whole thing.
Man, Ryan, you really have to do an exclusive
Someone thinks
report.
there's gonna be a Broadway musical or a Broadway show from Taylor Swift about one of her songs, Last Great American Dynasty. It's about an old house and the women who lived in it. And it's because of billboards put up in specific locations on Broadway, in various different towns. And I mean,
So
eh,
you
the
see why I
Goodwill
make the
Hunting,
joke.
the
So you
Goodwill Hunting that they have to do to come up with some of these is spectacular. But
so you see why I joke. She's the most important person in the world when you have stuff like this.
we show support in the world to someone like that whose content portfolio is just dissecting Taylor Swift's outfits. But to people who live their lives every day, Taylor Swift's outfits are not that important.
I am definitely hoping to see her go even higher and higher. I want her to be
I think that's
elected
a safe.
president.
No, I don't want that. But we've done that. We've been down that road. The celebrity president. We tried that.
We really have to get more Swifties to talk about their experience. And yeah, what a day when you are the most important person at somebody's wedding and you're not the bride or the groom.
Yeah, I'd be pretty mad if I were the bride and the groom, actually. But
Yeah, Ryan, your wedding dinner didn't get stopped like this, but for the better.
no, didn't get stopped. That's correct.
But I think that's much better.
I think so too.
In Long Beach, New Jersey, Long Beach Island, New Jersey.
Yeah, it's on LBI.
Yeah,
That's a nice spot in New Jersey, by the way. So there you go.
and now it's Taylortown.
No, I think it's still LBI. Taylor will leave. The beach will remain. The beach is going to win. Oh, eventually.
So guess what, Ryan? Dunkin' Donuts. You like Dunkin' Donuts?
I do. There's not that many here though in
Really?
DC. I mean, there are, but like, I just feel like maybe it's just where I am. It's just very
It
like,
really is, I guess, more of a northeastern chain.
yeah, where I am.
But
It just feels limited.
but America runs on Dunkin'. So Dunkin' Donuts announced they are releasing canned spiced. All right, sorry. Dunkin' Donuts announces they are releasing canned spiked iced coffees and teas, hitting grocery stores and liquor stores across 12 states in the United States. Dunkin' spiced iced teas will be available widely by the end of the month here in August, and Dunkin' spiced iced coffees will debut in early September. Oh no,
Spiked,
Ryan.
you're saying? Spiked?
Yes,
Okay.
they are going to be spiked iced coffees and teas. I have the picture right here. The mix pack will include Dunkin' spiced iced coffee, Dunkin' with original caramel, mocha, and vanilla, and then the iced teas. It looks like they're going to be sweet, half and half, strawberry and mango. Ryan, is this going to flip the world upside down? Spiked Dunkin' iced teas and coffee.
No, I mean, I think spiked coffee is not a new thing. It's new for Dunkin', obviously. I wonder, like, I don't know. It's like I go to Dunkin' Donuts, right? And I get my iced coffee, love my iced coffee. But I don't know, like, I don't know. I don't buy like Dunkin' Donuts products in the grocery store. Like, I don't buy their coffee to make at home. I
Right.
don't buy like their frozen shake drinks from like the gas station.
Yeah, I'm not a
Like,
coffee drinker, so
yeah, I mean,
I
I
can't
love
really
coffee,
relate.
and I do get iced coffee from Dunkin' whenever possible. Like, I do drink. I try to drink that. It's better than Starbucks, in my opinion.
Um,
Um,
really?
well, for me, because I get a regular like a large iced coffee with oat milk. Like
Let's
that's it. Like
upset more
there's
people
nothing.
who think Starbucks is better.
Well, no, like if you're gonna get like a pumpkin spice or like a caramel anything, like
Which
if you're
came
gonna
out
get like
this week
yeah, well,
in
yeah, which is
August.
ridiculous, but whatever. Like yeah, if you're gonna do something like that, if you're gonna have like a big deal, essentially like a big drink with like layers, then I think Starbucks is probably your safe bet. But if you just want like iced coffee with like maybe oat milk or like maybe no milk at all or half and half, whatever, like something real simple, I think Dunkin's actually a better bet. But
Okay.
for me personally. But that being said, I don't go to the store and buy it. And I don't know how many people do. So maybe a lot of people do, in which case doesn't matter that I don't. But I wonder like who was it that was asking for Dunkin' products to A, be spiked, and B, to be sold widely across like 12 states. I feel like nobody was, right? Like this feels like it came so far out of left field as a product launch. It's also coming out at the end of the summer.
Yeah,
I
for the
feel
spiked
like
iced teas.
right. I feel like the spike iced tea in particular should have been a beginning of the summer launch, right?
I guess. The question is, how more drunk do we want to make this country?
I mean, well, people will never stop being drunk, so that's you're never gonna
The,
go broke betting on people to drink. I will say, drinking coffee though with booze is like who's going to the barbecue or like who's going to the beach all day and just housing alcoholic coffee.
yeah,
Like I
you
feel
put it
like
that way. I mean,
that's
there
like
was the
a
rise of
one
the
time thing, and coffee is such a morning drink. No one drinks in the morning unless they have an issue for the most part, and so
seriously.
I do feel like again this feels like a weird direction for Duncan.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It seems that people who were, that espresso martinis became very popular over the past few years. I guess they want to try to get on that wave of the coffee, um, caffeine and alcohol
Oh yeah, you're
mixture, I
talking about
would
like
guess.
the
It's
coffee
pretty
like
hard.
the what's it called,
Yeah,
espresso
espresso
martini.
martinis.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um,
those are popular. But again, at night, and you have like one or two. Like I just don't know who's gonna be like. I feel like the iced tea in particular could have been good in June. Like you have all summer. Like you want to drink iced tea, but it's got a little kick. That feels like right up people's alley for a summer drink. You know what I mean? But the coffee thing, that's tripping me up. You know?
exactly. That's tripping me up too. But I guess people wanted to they need to be innovative, and Trulies became popular, high noons, and why not try something different, I guess.
I guess, but I think that the coffee one in particular is not going to take off the way they wanted it to. That's my opinion. But again, they have market researchers. We don't. But it's just don't drink the Dunkin' coffee in the morning. If you're drinking spiked coffee in the morning, please seek help. Um, but the tea is a good idea. I think the tea could be a good idea given more time for people to like go sit by the pool or hang out at the beach, which is again why the August dates just feels weird. All of it just feels a little off to me. That's my personal opinion on that.
Hey, hear that? Um, I hear that. So spiked ice coffees. We'll see. We'll see them this summer. I guess. I don't think so.
No, I think they'll be gone by next summer, Matt. You're right. They missed this summer, and they're not going to be here next summer. So I think they definitely missed the boat on the spiked iced coffee.
Indeed, indeed. So the next thing I want to talk about, Ryan, and very quick, serious turn,
Mm-hmm.
but then but then very quick, serious turn, but then there's a very I don't even know how to explain this, but it is a thing, and I thought it was worth mentioning. So we're
Sure.
aware of the fires happening in Hawaii and Maui, and please, if you can, please donate to any causes that help save those people and their lives and the nature preserves over there. Please, please, please. And our thoughts and prayers are with the people of Hawaii, and we are hoping for a speedy recovery and a better tomorrow for them. So somebody wanted to help the cause, an OnlyFans creator, Maria Casales, also known as Lava Girl, promised to send nudes to those who donated to her fundraiser. In a few days, she raised over $7,400, and then GoFundMe canceled it outright. She canceled it. They refunded everybody who donated to the GoFundMe, and yeah, they canceled her campaign. And I guess my only thing here is, so what? She wanted to do a cause, sex sells, and as long as these people who are donating are of age and are respectful, I mean, why not let her do her thing?
Well, so I think the issue is the platform. I say this because this was a while ago, and I know that this guy has since been. I don't know. I don't use the word canceled, but I know that he got into some hot water. But Ansel Elgort, remember him? Young actor, yeah. He did some sort of fundraiser through his OnlyFans. He made an OnlyFans and donated the proceeds to said OnlyFans to some fundraiser. This was a while back, like 4 years back, maybe 3 years back. And so I think the issue is she was using GoFundMe and then just sending them the pictures on OnlyFans, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think, unfortunately, and I get why she probably didn't. She probably, I hate to assume, I would assume that she is probably using OnlyFans to, solidify her current income personally, right? And so she wanted to keep the money separate, as I think probably what was going on there. She wanted to like raise money separately and then give people access to the pictures that the regular subscribers are already getting. And only GoFundMe is not for pornography. It's just not.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Right.
think that's probably the issue. I think what she probably should have done is she probably should have offered like I'll give, however long's salary, or I'll give X amount of money that I raised this year, week or this month to the cause. And then like basically try to entice people to apply for her OnlyFans for a month, get specific content based around this campaign that she would put on OnlyFans for a month, then take it all down. And if those people left, then those people left. If they stayed, even better, and then just donate the money. That's probably the way she should have done it. But I will say, if you're GoFundMe, desperate time, or what is it? Modern day problems require modern day solutions. If we're not going to fix climate change to avoid these fires, then GoFundMe needs to allow celebrities to use their nudity to save people's lives. We can't have it both ways, America. We have to do one or the other. Stop the fires or allow celebrities to save people's lives with their naked body. So I do think they shouldn't have made her take it down. They shouldn't have, maybe if they put a stop to it, that's fine, but she should have been able to at least send the money she had already raised to help people out, because they do, like you said, they desperately need people's like support right now, monetary support, or whatever support people can provide given their economic situations, right? So I think that GoFundMe should have taken a beat and said, all right, obviously this is not what the platform is for, but it's for a good cause. I say we let it slide and we can rework the rules later to figure out how we can avoid this from happening in the future.
Well, you could also say that's OnlyFans too. OnlyFans wasn't meant to be for porn either,
Oh,
and
but
it
it
just
is now.
is. Yeah, it
Yeah,
just
it is now.
But I mean, you gotta at least admire her for doing this, don't you think?
Oh
And
yeah, I think it's a
you
great idea.
admire that she thought outside the box for a good cause, I should say.
Modern day problems require modern day solutions. That's I said it before, saying it again. She's not even the first celebrity to do this. Like I said, the difference is other celebrities have like created the OnlyFans basically as a fundraiser, which I don't think she could do because it seems like she's probably making some or maybe even all of her income personally on OnlyFans. So she had to try and keep the money separate. So she was donating the money that was supposed to be going to Hawaii,
Hmm.
and it wasn't getting mixed in with her actual OnlyFans subscribers
Fair
who
enough.
pay her. I think is probably where the thought process was. Whereas the other celebrities created the OnlyFans specifically to raise money, and so I think that's the difference between those two stories. And I think GoFundMe should have just taken a beat, let her finish, and then figure out what to do about it going forward.
Indeed,
My opinion.
indeed. Ryan, let's just do our last story. And you tell us what you have that is regarding Barbie.
Yes, so we have been talking about Barbie and at times J. Robert Oppenheimer on this show, hinting at it. We are still working on the logistics for a show, but one thing I found in my quest to read everything about Barbie and the Barbie movie and the monstrosity that will be the Mattel Cinematic Universe is a new trend on TikTok that's been blowing up the last few weeks. And no surprise, along with the Barbie movie, called Barbie Botox. So Barbie Botox is an actual Botox procedure that with medical benefits. It's called a trapezius Botox. This is what it's called when you do it for medical reasons. And there are medical reasons to do it for posture, for back pain, or whatever. But if you have no medical issues and you do it anyway, it's the Barbie Botox, and it's
Oh,
supposed to give you the super long neck
ugh.
that Barbie has, like the toy Barbie. So if you've seen a Barbie toy, they're tall, they got a big skinny neck, and then yeah. So it's supposed to give you a Barbie neck, and so people are getting the Barbie Botox to again not for their back or for their nerves or anything like that, which is the medical reason, but to give themselves that long neck that Barbie has in the toy line, and I guess sort of in the movie too. And they inject Botox into these muscles in your neck, right? And then the muscles atrophy, and that's how it ends up elongating the way your neck looks. And it's good for like 6 weeks or something like that. And so that means people have to continue to do this. But I don't. So when your muscles atrophy, I feel like after enough time, they don't just bounce back. It's like what happens? I mean, we've already seen it. Uh, Blue Beetle is ahead of Barbie this week.
Oh,
Over
they
this
knocked
past
it
week.
down, huh? The DC
Yeah.
movie.
Yes, the DC movie did beat the new MCU. Um, Again, they won't make anywhere near as much money as Barbie did. But this week, after Barbie's been out for over a month or whatever, they did end up outscoring. So Barbie is already on the backswing, which is fine. I mean, incredible run, most money. It's an incredible run.
Oh yeah.
So not even trying to be insulting, but it is on the backswing. And now you're stuck with this freaking, whatever, this
Talk about
giraffe
being
neck.
in a phase.
Yeah, this Jeffrey giraffe neck. And then what's gonna happen when, they make the next Lincoln movie and everyone wants to look like Mary Todd and wants to be all short and stumpy, right? Like I feel like this is so extreme to like get rid of the muscles in your neck to have a longer neck to look like a doll. It's a doll. The movie, by the way, itself calls out how unrealistic Barbie's beauty standards are. That's like one of the chief critiques within the Barbie movie about Barbie. And how this again, it goes to the same with the executives being like, oh, we need more toy movies. If you saw the Barbie movie and you came out thinking, I need to look like Barbie, then you probably didn't actually see the Barbie movie. I don't know what you saw, and I'm sure it was a lovely time, whatever it is you saw. But that's not what the Barbie movie was about. So like, stop injecting yourself with Botox to literally kill the muscles in your neck. It makes no sense. No one wants you to look like a doll. No one wants you to look like a doll. Do you want people to look like a doll, man?
No, I don't. I see enough
Okay.
crazy looking people, and I don't need that to be added. When
And
it
going
comes,
crazy looking, but okay.
I mean, Botox and plastic surgery, I get it, voluntary surgery and whatever, but there are people who genuinely need it, who've gone through a traumatic event or an
Oh
accident,
yeah.
and then when
Yeah,
you see
no.
people who do this,
Well, and then
anything's possible,
and the
right?
fact that it's gone viral now, right? It's gone viral now on because like, what was that guy? The guy from the Philippines who wanted to look like Superman, and he
Yeah.
ended up doing like hundreds of like plastic surgeries to look like, to end up not looking at all like Superman. But but
People
that
want to use their
never,
15 minutes of fame for the
yeah, but that
wrong
never caught
reasons.
on. Like that, I mean, that guy, no one
Yeah,
was, no,
right.
there wasn't a bunch of people trying to look like Superman. That was just one dude.
Didn't make enough money at the box
Right.
office.
But like, the Barbie one is on TikTok. Like, people are showing other people this. They're promoting it. And so like, it's just because of social media, it's going to be more popular.
Mm-hmm.
And people are going to do it. And I just like, that to me is crazy that you could look at a TikTok and be like, let me kill some muscles in my neck. Don't do it. Margot Robbie didn't do it. I'd be shocked if she did it. You know what I mean? And she is Barbie for at least for a while until the sequel comes out. She's
Mm-hmm.
Barbie. So like, come on. What are you guys doing?
You're better than this.
You're or not.
Um,
I don't know. But don't do it either way.
yeah, I know there's so many people who just want to be accepted. There's so many people who want to fit in. There's so many people who want some notoriety.
You know how
But
you're
they
not
come
going
up
to
with
fit
it.
in? You're not going to fit in if your neck is 2 freaking inches taller than everybody around you. If you can look over people like a
I have a
freaking, what,
feeling this
the
person didn't
periscope.
watch the movie correctly if they saw it.
I
Barbie
wish it was just a
surgeries.
person, but again, it's on TikTok. Barbie Botox is on TikTok. It's a thing. It's a trend.
Some people take advantage of their newfound fame, Tiffany, and then some people who want fame
Tiffany.
like
Yeah.
this.
Do you think Tiffany's gonna do the Barbie Botox next?
I think
Bet you she
she's I
would.
think she's gone through enough transformations. So
Possibly into a
she's good
different
there.
person. We don't know.
Oh man, but hey, if this person has the money, they feel better. Who are we, right?
I guess I just, again, don't love that it's going viral because I feel like it will convince folks to do this. It'll normalize what is objectively abnormal behavior, uh, and that's not great.
You'd like to think, Ryan. You'd like to think, but we'll see what crazy stories we have for you next week. We're back on Tuesday with another crazy tweet cap, and maybe we'll have some normal stories, but we don't want them. So
No, keep the crazy coming. That's what we like to talk about. It makes it significantly more fun to read what's posted and read the comments on what's posted when they're crazy.
you know it, Ryan. You couldn't say it any better. But we'll see you next week with it. And in fact, we'll see you on Thursday with another new pod. We tried the list pod that went really well. And now we're gonna do a
Well,
new
not for
pod.
me. Well, for you, it didn't go as well for me. But
But we have something new. We're going to do the questions podcast. We're gonna ask the big, deep questions of the internet. Like one, is there such thing as a bad texter? Save that for Thursday. All right,
got
Ryan. We appreciate it. We'll see you soon.
it. See you, Matt.